Everyday life's happening. Some days are more eventful. Others, living protected with insurance you can depend on changes your life for the better. We insure the people and things you care about. Not Agency. We'll help you find the right coverage so when life happens, you have the right insurance protection for your family and business. When life happens, live protected. Agency for all your insurance needs.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, August the 9th. I've got Ed Hanson with us today, Talking Horse Production. Good to have you here, Ed.
Thank you.
And
Thanks
you just returned from New York scouting
more shows.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for what I'm going to do in the future, and I'm working on 2018 right now.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
I know.
Well, let's just deal with this one right now.
That's right.
So this is a two-person show, is that right?
Right. It's a musical called The Last 5 Years. There was actually a movie released back in, I think, 2014. The play has been around for a little while, but the movie kind of re-energized the enthusiasm for the show, and I was very excited that we were able to get the rights to do it.
So what is The Last 5 Years all about?
Well, it's a two-person musical that tells the story of a relationship that lasted a total of 5 years.
Oh.
But it is told from two different perspectives. So the man, Jamie, tells the story in chronological order from the time that they met until the breakup. And Kathy, the young woman, tells the story from reverse order. So she talks about the breakup first, and then she works her way backward to the time that they first met. So the only time that these two characters are actually on stage together interacting is, what do you think?
At the very beginning of their...
No, because she's telling it from the end, see?
I don't know.
So what's in the middle?
Oh, they're in the middle.
But what is in the middle? The wedding.
Oh.
So they're in the wedding together. But otherwise, they're telling their stories from two different perspectives. They kind of cross in the middle.
Is this sad?
Well, it can be, I suppose, but there are lots of wonderful parts to it, too. The interesting thing about this musical is there's very little dialogue. It's almost all music. Mm-hmm. Written by Jason Robert Brown, who is kind of, I would say, from about 1990 to present day, he's probably the most revered working composer in musical theater today. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a chronicle of his own relationship with his wife. Their breakup was very messy, and so names have been changed to protect the innocent, and certain situations have been altered, but it's apparently there's a lot of autobiographical material in it.
Okay, and the thing, it seems like it's kind of sad, though. Tug at your heartstrings.
Well, you know going in that it's a 5-year relationship, and it's the...
Were they married, or did they just have a relationship?
Oh,
they were married.
They were married.
Oh, that's right, because the wedding is in the middle.
Right.
And then they go through divorce. Well,
right.
If you want to see it and you want to enjoy the music...
Well, of course you want to see it because it's a wonderful show.
All right, I won't say
There's
it that way.
There's no ifs or ands or buts.
You'll want to see this.
You will.
It's called The Last 5 Years.
Right.
And maybe you'll learn something from it. Maybe it'll even help a relationship.
You never know.
All right, how do they...
It's a great date show, by the way.
And you open on, what, Thursday?
We open on a Friday. We open on August 12th, and we'll be running the 12th through the 14th, and then for 3 weekends, so the 19th through the 21st, and then again the 26th through the 28th.
And the web address or phone number?
TalkingHorseProductions.org, and the phone number is 573-268-1381.
Okay, Ed Hanson, thank you so much for coming by. You will want to see this.
It's a great show, and you definitely want to see it.
All right. Now, stay where you are because we're going to talk about insurance right now. And I want to introduce you to Angie Nelson. Good to have you here, Angie.
Thanks, Paul.
And you are the marketing director for the Missouri Insurance Division, is that right?
The Market Regulation Director.
The Market Regulation Director.
Yes.
So what you're telling me is that all the insurance companies have to come through your department to set their rates?
Yes, and all the policies that they sell have to be reviewed by our staff and make sure they're in compliance with the law.
So how do you decide if an insurance, and everything but health insurance, right?
Right, on the rates, right.
So you're talking about automobile insurance, you're talking about home insurance.
Yes.
How do you decide that it's a fair rate?
You know, you have to look at the whole picture, Paul. You can't just look at the rates themselves, because obviously as consumers we want to pay the littlest amount that we have possible.
Right.
And what we have to do as a matter of consumer protection is also make sure that the insurance companies are financially solvent, so when there is a claim, a devastation like the Joplin tornado in 2011, that the insurance companies have enough funds to be able to pay those claims. That's the number one consumer protection.
Now, do the insurance companies have the money on hand to pay these claims, or are they insured by another company?
A little of both. A little of both, and that really depends on the insurance company. You know, to what extent they actually have it on hand versus to what extent they have reinsurance for some of those very large losses.
Mm-hmm. Is there any bit of information that you can give to our listeners and viewers to help us come up with a better rate with our insurance company? What do we need to look for, and what are some of the questions we need to ask?
Well, first, you always want to make sure that you shop around very often. You definitely don't just want to assume that you're getting the best rate possible. I've always told consumers that one of the best pieces of information that you have, or best tools that you have, is your checkbook. So obviously, if you call every time that your policy renews and make sure that you're getting the best deal out there, that's the single best thing a consumer can do.
Mm-hmm. Don't just, when you get your and see, I've been bad on this because I've been with one insurance company for 40 years.
Yes.
And I guess I shouldn't just assume that I'm getting the best deal here.
That's right. You should call and check around to make sure.
Yeah. And then if you've been with a certain company for, as I said, like for 40 years, and you haven't had any claims, and then you switch and you go to a new insurance company and you have, let's say you all at once you have an accident and you have a claim, is that going to affect your rates since you went to it?
Absolutely.
It is.
Yes.
Even though you hadn't had a claim for 40 years.
That's exactly right.
Now that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem fair.
Well, and it's sort of in the way that insurance is designed. We always look at your claims history and your driving experience for auto insurance as the best indicator of future losses.
Right.
So.
But with your company, if you've been with someone for, let's say, like my thing, 40 years, and I've had perhaps one accident, and that was 30 some odd years ago. Now, I drive out of here today and I have an accident and I make a claim on it, and all at once my insurance is going to jump up.
You're going to be surcharged.
That doesn't seem fair.
Yes.
Because you've given all that money to this company for all those years. Shouldn't there be something in the regulations that you're forgiven one?
Well, you know, a lot of companies do have accident forgiveness programs, but there's obviously nothing under the law. But what we find, Paul, is that most people do think of insurance as a savings account, and it really truly isn't. Insurance is the one purchase that you make that you hope that you never have to use.
Right.
And so what we know statistically is that the first time you have an accident, you're more likely to have another one. So that increases your risk.
If people want more information, how can they get in touch with you?
They can reach us at insurance.mo.gov, and our consumer affairs hotline is 800-726-7390.
And can they file complaints there too?
Absolutely. We're there. We're a consumer protection agency, and we're there to help Missourians every day.
Look at that smile on her face. Oh my goodness, you'll help people. Okay.
We sure will.
All right, we're out of time for today. Tomorrow, Capital City Players and pet health tips. Have yourself a good afternoon. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Bye-bye.